At the age of 40, a man sat tapping out messages on a telegraph key for wages an ordinary operator, the kind of steady, unremarkable man you would pass on the street and never look at twice. No one who watched his fingers move over that key would have marked him for greatness. He had spent the whole first half of his life doing modest work for modest pay, and by every rule the world lives by, his story was already written. He was, they would have said, a man whose best years were behind him. His name was James J. Hill, and every single thing the world remembers him for happened after that age. I did not stumble upon this. I found it by studying the lives of thousands of men and women who accumulated riches and rose to power, and the pattern was so consistent that it stopped me cold. The most productive years of a man's life, the years of his greatest capacity to create, to build, to command, are not his 20s and not his 30s. They fall between 40 and 60. The very years the world has trained you to dread are the years it was built to reward. You clicked because something in you refuses to believe your best time is spent. It is not. Your best decade is still ahead of you, and in this hour, I'm going to show you exactly why certain men and women grow more powerful with every passing year, while others grow smaller, and how to make certain that you are counted among the first. Part 1, The Man at the Telegraph Key. Let me stay a moment longer with that man at the key, because his life carries a lesson the whole world has gotten backward. Picture him, 40 years old, seated at a telegraph instrument, sending and receiving the messages of other men, earning a wage that kept him and no more. If you had asked the sensible people around him what his future held, they would have told you the truth as they saw it, that he was a settled man, a middle-aged man, a man who had found his level and would live out his remaining years about where he stood. And they would have been utterly, completely wrong, because James J. Hill's stupendous achievements, the railways, the fortune, the empire of commerce that made his name, all of it came after the age at which they had already written him off. Now, I did not build my life's work on the strength of one man's story. When I first observed this pattern, I did not trust it. It ran against everything I had been taught, and so I did what any honest man must do. I went looking to see whether it held. And I found, in the careful analysis of thousands upon thousands of men and women who had been observed over the length of their lives, that it held with almost frightening consistency. The average man does not reach the period of his greatest capacity to create until somewhere between 40 and 60.
Real quick, I want to step out of the lesson and just talk to you. We hit 300,000 subscribers, and honestly, I'm a little lost for words. Every one of those is a person who let me be